this section, we will learn what is georeferencing and how to do georeferencing to the topo sheet. By definition, georeferencing is the process of defining its location by assigning the real-world coordinates to each pixels of the raster data. In other words, we can tell that it is a process of conversion of these computer coordinates into our real-world coordinates, that means latitude and longitude. To do georeferencing, go to the raster menu, click on georeferencer. Then the georeferencing window will be open. To add the topo sheet for georeferencing, click on the file, click on open raster. It will open a window. Locate the folder where we previously downloaded the topo sheets. In my case, I have downloaded and saved desktop. Select the topo sheet followed by open. Now we can see the topo sheet in our georeferencer window. We can maximize the window. Use zoom tool to zoom the topo sheet to see the coordinates from the topo sheets. Use pan tool to move the topo sheet. Here we can see that latitude is 12 degree 0 minutes and the longitude is 75 degree 0 minutes. If we pan to the top right corner, we can see that latitude is 12 degree 0 minutes and the longitude is 76 degree 30 minutes. Check the remaining corners to understand the coordinates. Click on the zoom to layer tool to see the entire topo sheet. As we see the latitude and longitude of the corners. Now we are going to use these coordinates to georeference the topo sheet. Usually georeferencing starts from the top left corners of the topo sheet. To do that, zoom to the top left corners of the topo sheet where we can clearly see the intersection of both latitude and longitude. After that, click on the edit menu, select add points. Now we can see the cursor is changed to the cross sign. Click on the exact intersections of the lat and longitude. Then we will get a enter map coordinates window. Read the description given from the window. Here we can add coordinates in 3 different formats, that is degree, minute, second, decimal degree, then projected coordinates. If we are using degree, minute, second format, we have to separate the degree, minute, second by adding a space in between. If we are using a decimal degree format, you have to separate the coordinates by adding a comma in between. Here we are using degree, minute, second to add the coordinates. X is representing longitude value and Y is representing the latitude value. In other words, X is the horizontal line that extends towards the east and Y is the vertical line that extends towards the north or south. Now we have to add the values. Enter the X as longitude and Y as latitude. If you have only degree value, leave the minute and second values. Click on OK. Now we can see a point is created at the exact location of intersection. Also a row is added into the GCP table. GCP stands for Ground Control Points. Now move to the top right corners of the topo sheet. Click on the exact intersections where the latitude and longitude intersects. Add the values. Here the x is 76 degree 30 minutes. Here I separated the value using space, and the y is 12 degree. Here also the point is created at the intersections. Also we can see the second row is added into the GCP. Add the value to the remaining two corners. We can also use the scroll button to zoom in and out. Now look at the GCP table. Here source x and source y represents the image coordinates, and the destination x and y represent the real world coordinates that are entered by us. See the second and third values. The values are entered by degree, minute, second format, but the system is converted automatically into decimal degrees. We will explain this GCP table later. Now we need to do some transformation settings. For that, go to the settings, click on transformation settings. Click on the select CRS button, then we will get a coordinate reference system selector window. I will explain the different types of coordinates reference systems later. Now we have to type here as WGS 84 in the filter. Select the WGS 84 EPSG 4326 followed by click on OK. Now click on the browser icon to specify the output folder and file name. I will name the georeferenced topo sheet as georef topo and click on save followed by OK. These values represent the residual error values. If we see any values having higher than the other values, it indicates some human errors while adding the GCP points. Look at the transform polynomial mean error at the right bottom. If this value is near to the 0, it means the high accuracy, and if this value is increasing from the 0 is indicating the lower accuracy. To increase the accuracy, we can add more points on the map. Also place the points on the exact location. Now we need to do the final step of georeferencing. Go to the file, click on start georeferencing. Here we got a message that our topo sheet is successfully georeferenced. Now we can close the georeferencer window. When we are closing the window, the software will ask whether we need to save the GCP table. We can use this GCP for further process. In this case, I am not saving the GCP, so I will discard. Now we can see the georeferenced topo sheet on our canvas. Also we can see the real world coordinates while we are moving the cursor. We have successfully georeferenced our topo sheet. Now we can remove the topo sheet by right click on the layer, click on remove layer, followed by OK. That's about the georeferencing. In next section we will discuss about the different types of coordinate reference systems and how to define the coordinate reference system.